Hey everybody, welcome to the start of Game 2. Your Roadrunners won Game 1, 11 to 10. A very, very good first game here against Clark College Penguins. Batting first, playing center field is Jack Fletcher for the Penguins. Fletcher's a 5'11 freshman out of Grant High School, in Portland, Oregon. Takes the first pitch from number 9, Jacob Melton. As a ball. First time I personally have seen Melton pitch. See what he has to offer here. As he just misses with his second pitch there. Count is now 2-0. Check swing there from number 6, Jack Fletcher. Says he stayed. Count is 3-0. Melton taking the first batter and sending him down to first on a freebie. 4 pitches, 4 balls, and a walk. Now batting number 3, Brooks Dyer. Dyer was a shortstop last game. Get you guys the batting lineups here in a minute. Dyer shows bunt, gets a bunt fielded by Melton, who turns and throws, gets the out at first, but not before the runner advances down to second. So with the runner in scoring position here at the start of Game 2, top of the first, 1 out. Number 12 steps up to the plate for the Penguins. That's Taylor Burcham. Taylor's a 6'3 freshman from Evergreen High School in KMS, Washington. First pitch strike from Jacob Melton. Okay. Counts all tied up for Melton, 1-1. 1-1 swung on, chopped foul, back over the dugout. Or the backstop, excuse me. Towards the parking lot here. So we got a 1-2, 1 out with runner in scoring position over on second base. Taylor Burcham up to bat for the Penguins. Jacob Melton on the mound. Jacob throws that one a little bit away. The 1-2 goes to 2-2. And the runner advances from second to third on the errant pitch from Melton. That 2-2 catches Taylor Burcham looking for strike number 3. Now up to bat number 15, Connor Wohan. Wohan had a really good game last game. Unfortunately, him and the Penguins dropped that one to your Linn-Benton Roadrunners, 11-10. Finds himself up here at bat in Game 2 with a big swing and a miss here. 2 outs. Runner in really good scoring position over on third base right now. But falling behind 0-1 in the count. Taking that 0-1 pitch and chopping it foul. Now 0-2 to Wohan. Or Wohan, excuse me. And after walking his first at bat and letting him advance all the way to third, Melton comes back with 2 strikeouts to end the top of the first inning. Just got the batting lineups here for your Linn-Benton Roadrunners. Get those up there for you. Batting first as usual, Daquan Dennisley, number 18. Batting second, number 2, Richard Mascarenas. Batting third, number 9, Jacob Melton, who you just saw pitching. Batting fourth, Colton Talton, number 5. Batting fifth, number 6, Parker Kuntz, assuming Parker will be taking over catching responsibilities for Jordan Mbahe. Batting sixth, number 24, Marcus Lydon. Batting 7th, number 19, Logan Hansen. Batting 14th, or batting, batting 8th, number 14, Jacob Overstreet. And running out the order is number 4, Maxwell Long, who will be batting 9th today for us. Really fun game of baseball in game 1. Roadrunners eventually took that game in the bottom of the 9th, scoring that 1 run to take the game 11-10. Lots of lead changes, lots of ties in that one. We'll see if game 2 can be just as exciting. Again, we will most likely only be going through 7 innings here with the time restraint. But we will see how things go. You know, if there's a tie, we don't end until there's no lights. So we'll see what happens here, see if game 2 is as good as game 1. And leading things off here for the Roadrunners is your Daquan Dennisley, number 18. Daquan takes the first pitch, gets a big swing on it, just doesn't quite get enough of it, hits it into shallow right center field for the first out of the game. That'll bring Richard Mascarenas up.
Now hitting is number 2, shortstop, Richard Mascarenas.
Richard Mascarenas with a couple of singles last game and took that ball 4 to walk home the winning run in the bottom of the 9th as well too. Looking to get things going here early. Showing bunt, taking ball 1 here. Mascarenas watches that 1-1 pitch go outside, or the 1-0 pitch, excuse me, go outside. Count becomes 2-0. That 2-0 pitch missing inside brings the count to 3-0. That 3-0 pitch coming in for the first strike. Count is now 3-1. And the 3-1 pitch is swung on and missed, bringing the count full. 3-2, 1 out. No runners on for the Roadrunners here to start out the bottom of the first for us. Three-two on the way is chopped, popped up, foul. Richard Mascarenas working with a full count here, staying alive here, popping this one foul as well. A couple back-to-back foul balls here. Mascarenas staying alive though. Good at bat here, putting some pitches on the gentleman for the Penguins. Another 3-2 way inside here. Mascarenas finds himself, as he ended last game, starting this game out with a walk.
Now batting is the designated hitter, number 9, Jacob Melton.
And that brings Jacob Melton up to bat. Melton, as you saw for the first time, at least that I've seen, out on the mound here this year. They've been to 6 or 7 games here, excuse me. Interesting to see him out there. And now batting. Melton takes a swing, but Mascarenas finds himself sliding in, easily stealing second there. Melton probably shouldn't have given up that swing. One way or another, we have a runner in scoring position now. 1 out. One of the best bats on the team's up in Jacob Melton. Looking to see what he can do here to get things going for the Roadrunners early. Takes that first one, hits it in the gap just past the shortstop into center field. Mascarenas rounds third, finds his way sprinting home, and plenty of time standing up as Melton runs over on the RBI double. So after a quick out to start the game, Colton Talton walks up with a 1-0 lead. Jacob Melton over on second base waiting for him. And a good piece of hitting there after the walk on Mascarenas. So Mascarenas gets walked, steals second. Melton sends him home. Colton Talton's turn here. See what he can do with the bats here. Takes the first pitch, swings on, hits it hard and foul down the left field line. Again, if you guys are just watching or tuning in, we are stuck with the one camera today, so I'll do my best to fill you guys in on what is happening, but unfortunately this is the view that we've got. Until our next game, things should be good. Talton chops that one down the left field line as well too, landing foul, short and foul. Falling behind quickly in the count is Colton Talton at 0-2, but 1 out. Melton on board, second base. Melton with the RBI in his last at bat, taking that early 1-0 lead here. Melton finds himself running, stealing third. Big lead over there on second, put himself in a little bit better scoring position. Colton Talton takes ball 1 there too as well on the Melton steal. Count 1-2. Imagine Colton Talton will take that strike as well too. Curve broke just the last second. Hit in the end, just the inside corner. Gets Colton looking. Brings Parker Kuntz, number 6, up to bat for the Roadrunners. So 2 outs, Melton on third, 1-0 lead. Kuntz hits it to the right center field. Playable. And Penguins get out of here with minimal damage here, leaving Melton stranded on third. 1 run scores on 1 hit. Mascarenas' walk was key, it turns out. And we head into the top of the second with the Roadrunners 1, Penguins 0. We'll be back with you guys in just a minute. Melton remaining on the mound for the Roadrunners, who go into the start of the second with a 1-0 lead. Melton comes back with first pitch ball, comes back with second pitch strike. Count now 1-1. Unfortunately, can't see who's up to bat currently for the Penguins. It is number 5, Lucas Gregory. Lucas Gregory gets the single. See if he gets credited with the error or the hit. Ball fielded and thrown. Pass Golden Talon over at first base. LBCC will be charged with the error on the missed throw. And Gregory finds his way down to first base. Next up to bat for the Penguins, number 2, Brad Grant. Brad takes the first pitch, chops it over to Daquan Dennis Lee at third base, who cannot handle the one hopper. Sails back into left field, advances the runner to second. Grant finds himself over on first with a nice single. So after falling behind 1-0 after the first, Penguins come out with their first 2 at-bats. 2 base runners on. Number 13, Caleb Miller, next up to bat. Caleb Miller did not play in the first game, but he's a 6-foot freshman out of Napa High School in Portland, Oregon. See what we can do here in game 2. 2 runners on, no outs. Melton checks a runner back at first. Grant makes his way standing back, easy. And Caleb Miller still at home, awaiting the first pitch from Jacob Melton. First pitch, big swing and a miss from Caleb Miller. Melton off with a nice start at 0-1 here in this at-bat. One runner on, start off the inning here on an error. Next runner on the single, which was actually charged as an error. I don't know, I thought it was hit pretty hard over it. Took a wild bounce over on Daquan Dennis Lee, but Daquan charged with the error as well too. So back-to-back errors get back-to-back runners on board for the Penguins. Melton comes right back from that. Strikes out number 13, Caleb Miller. So with 1 out, 2 runners on, number 20 steps up to the plate, Campbell Days. Campbell's a 6'5" sophomore out of Park Rose High School from Mukilteo, Washington. Count ends at 1-1. Campbell with a good eye there, checks that swing, holds back, and takes ball 2. Count 2-1, runners on first and second for him, 1 out here in the top of the second. Couple errors so far in LBCC to start game 2. See if they can clean that up as the game goes on. As Melton checks over the runner at second base. Gets a breather and gets ready to go back through the signals here with this catcher, Jordan Mumbahe. Good looking pitch from Melton, but didn't like it. And good eye from 2-0 there for the Penguins there. Brings the count to 3-1. Just like the start of the first, Milton finds himself with a walk here early to load the bases. Bringing Carson Doyle, 6'2" sophomore out of Roosevelt High School, up to the plate. Carson sees himself here. Good opportunity with the bases loaded. Milton in a little bit of a pinch early, only one out. Trying to get things going here. Starts with the first pitch strike. Milton comes back with the 0-1. Another strike, 0-2. Carson Doyle way behind in this count, but still bases loaded, only 2 outs, still trouble. Not out of it yet is Milton. And 3 pitches, 3 strikes from Milton, gets Carson Doyle looking. Retires his second out of the inning. Bringing number 6, Jack Fletcher, 5'11" freshman out of Grant High School in Honolulu, from Honolulu, Hawaii, I believe. No, from Portland, excuse me. From Portland up to bat. Still bases loaded, this time 2 outs. Roadrunners with a very small 1-0 lead early. Milton comes out, first pitch, ball high. Protests from the ump, trying to figure out whether or not he went. He says he did go. Count becomes 1-1. Again, Jack Fletcher up to bat for the Penguins. Sees that one curve in for strike number 2. So after filling the bases, getting a walk, couple of hits, couple of errors, Milton looks to escape the inning. Ahead in this at bat now. 1-2. Escape out of here with no damage done. If he can retire this batter, who stays alive? Does Jack Fletcher on that foul ball. Count remains 1-2, 2 outs, bases loaded. Here early in the top of the second, game 2. Fletcher again with a foul ball, staying alive. Milton just misses on the outside corner with that ball. Evens up the count at 2-2. Still 2 outs. Base is still loaded. And a 1-0 LB lead. Fletcher hits that one to left field. Running up to make the play is JT Overstreet. For the third and final out, Milton finds himself escaping with the bases loaded, only 1 out to come back and save that inning and maintain the Roadrunners 1-0 lead. We'll be back with you guys here for the bottom of the second in just a minute. Leading off the second inning for the Roadrunners, number 24, Marcus Linn-Benton. Decent start to the game so far for the Roadrunners, who have a 1-0 lead here heading into the bottom of the second. Melton doing an excellent job escaping the bases loaded predicament he was in last inning. And Roadrunners hoping to expand that lead here. Starting with a bat of Linn-Benton. Takes the first pitch ball, shows bunt, does not get back in time, and takes strike one. One swung on by Marcus, hit into right field, just on the edge of the foul line. Linn-Benton finds himself rounding second, riding down to third. The throw is past the glove of the third baseman. Back to the fence. Linn-Benton didn't see he was trying to get back to the bag as he overran it a little bit. But a good triple as that one drops just on the edge of the foul line right there in right field.
Now hitting for LBCC is number 19, center fielder.
Penguins have their right fielder out a little bit further left than most. That allowed that ball to drop in there before he could get to it. And Linn-Benton gets himself a triple here to start off the bottom of the second. Now up to bat, number 19, Logan Hansen. Logan's out in center field in game 2 while Melton has pitching duties here. Usually see Melton out there. He gets a good crack on it but pops it straight up. Second baseman for the Penguins making the play in the first out, keeping Linn-Benton over on third. That'll bring Jacob JT Overstreet up to bat. Lefty number 22 here looking to get Linn-Benton home and expand the 1-0 lead. Only one out so far. JT gets a good crack on that one into shallow left field, making the tag and running home and scoring as Linn-Benton on the sac fly. Oh, actually, it looks like JT was awarded. So wait, did he drop that? So actually, it looks like that ball dropped in front of him on left field. Don't really have a good view through the fence all the way out there. But JT now sits over on first with the RBI single then, not sac fly. Bringing Maxwell Long up to bat. JT checked it first, gets back in time. Roadrunners with 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the second. One out. Maxwell Long awaiting the first pitch. Takes the first pitch, hits the outside corner for strike number 1. JT again checked over at first and then again back in time. Count remains at 0-1. One out. JT Overstreet over on first base after that RBI single. One-0 comes out high, stays high for ball number 1. JT is awarded second base on the balk, I'm assuming. So JT over in scoring position now, only one out. 1 run scored so far in the inning. Maxwell Long up. That pitch was also taken off the board as the runner was awarded second. So the count is 0-1 with 1 out. Maxwell cracks that one into the gap, into center field. JT rounds third, finds himself coming home for the score, and Maxwell along makes his way safely around first as the throw comes in towards home, finds his way over to second base on an RBI double. So back-to-back RBIs for the Roadrunners, and their lead increases from 1 to 3. Score is currently 3-0. There's one out. Daquan Dennis Lee up to bat with runner in scoring position and Maxwell Long on second base. Looking to keep the bats going here. As you know, a few runs in baseball is never enough. Often not enough. Max Long on second base. No one covering. Small lead off. Daquan Dennis Lee takes the first pitch. It's a good swing on it. Doesn't quite make the contact he'd like. Slow roller over to second base. Makes the play down at number 15 at first for the second out of the inning. And that brings Richard Mascarenas up, who walked to end the game with the bases loaded. Last game, started out this game with a walk as well, too. Looking to see what he can do with Maxwell Long over on third base. He takes that one, looks it in, just hits the inside corner for strike number 1. Mascarenas gets a good crack on that one straight into center field. It does drop hard and fast for another RBI. 3 RBIs here in the inning for the Roadrunners. Max Long finds his way home. Mascarenas sitting nicely over on first base after the RBI single, and bringing up Jacob Melton, who again is on pitching duties this game, up to bat. But with 2 outs, Mascarenas over on first. 3 runs scored so far. Melton has a bit of work to do here. See if he can keep things going in this 3-run second inning. First pitch in on Melton, just missing the outside corner for ball 1. Mascarenas checked again at first. Stands up, makes it back. Plenty of time. Melton awaiting the 1-0. Chopper over to second baseman, who makes the play down at first for out number 3, leaving Mascarenas stranded on first, but not before the Roadrunners score 3. Roadrunners with a lead of 4-0 after taking first game 11-10. Great start here. We'll be back with you guys in a minute here to the top of the third. See what Melton can do at the plate. Or on the mound, excuse me. Brooks Dyer, number 3, up to bat for the Penguins. Jacob Melton remaining on the mound for the Roadrunners. Throws that first pitch strike. And Melton missing with the second pitch, even up the count. Melton sending the 3-1 in for a strike, bringing the count full. To this first batter again, number 3, Brooks Dyer. And that one is swung on by Brooke. Awesome job by Melton to snag that straight out of the air. Easy toss over to first to Colton Taunton for the first out of the inning. That brings number 12, Taylor Burcham, up to bat for the Penguins, who find themselves in an 0-4 hole. 1 out so far here in the top of the third. Trying to get the bats going here, chip away at some of this lead the Roadrunners have. Melton's first pitch, a ball. Number 12 pops up the second pitch from Melton, even up the count at 1-1. Also pops up the 1-1 back into the parking lot behind us. So with 1 out, Melton finds himself ahead in this count, 1-2. Looking good. And misses inside and low with that pitch, bringing the count even at 2-2. Melton missing again low and inside. Daquan Dennis Lee fumbling for a minute, but eventually making the play down at first on the long throw from third base. On the 5-3. Brings up number 15, Connor Wohan, up to bat. His second at bat here in this game so far, I believe. Connor and the Penguins down 0-4 so far. 2 outs. And a big swing and a miss here for strike 1. Melton with the 2-1 gets that one fouled back. 2 outs, nobody on. 4-0 lead here for the Roadrunners. Jacob Melton, pretty decent pitching so far here today. Looking to retire this third batter and get back on the bats. Try to expand this lead. The 2-2 swung on in the dirt. Somehow the ump on first base is saying that he saw that was a foul ball. Kind of blows my mind. So staying alive is Connor Wohan. Guess that was a foul ball. And the count remains 2-2 with 2 outs. Roadrunners still with 4-0 lead. Big swing and a miss there from number 1-5 for the Penguins as Melton retires the third out of the inning. No runs scored, no hits, and the score remains 4-0 as we head into the bottom of the third. Your Roadrunners in the lead. Up to bat for the Roadrunners and taking ball 1 is number 5 Colton Talton. Talton chops that one over to right field, bouncing in front of the Penguin player, not being able to make the play, but on the one hop.
Next to bat for the Roadrunners.
And starting off the bottom of the third with a single is Talton to bring Parker Kuntz up to bat. Good start so far to the game. Good start to the inning. And Parker Kuntz and company looking to expand on this 4-0 lead here. Parker chopping that one foul. First pitch strike. Count 0-1. Kuntz staying alive, but in an 0-2 hole here. Colton Talton racing down the second. Thinks better around into third on the errant pitch. Parker taking the 2-2 after starting 0-2, and this battles way back in 3 consecutive balls, bringing the count full with Talton over on second base now. (3-2). Parker seems to think he didn't go, but he did. He did to me. Try to play it off, and he is out. That brings Marcus Lydon, number 24, back up.
Is second baseman, number 24, Marcus Lydon.
Lydon takes that first pitch, missing just high for ball number 1. 1 out on Parker Kuntz, being unable to check that swing last at bat. Colton Talton over to second base on a wild throw after his single over to right field earlier in the inning. And now Lydon finds himself singling over into right field as well too. Great throw from the right fielder back to home plate. Checks Colton Talton over at third, leaving runners on the corners for the Roadrunners. 1 out, and number 19, Logan Hansen up to bat. Logan Hansen showing bunt, pulling back and taking ball 2, or ball 1, excuse me. (1-0), missing again high, bringing the count to 2-0. That pitch missing outside as well too, bringing the count to 3-0. Runners on the corners. Hansen watches that one in for a strike. No doubt Coach Andy Peterson will give him the go-ahead to start swinging on some of these now. And he does. That one breaking down, just getting a piece of it is Hansen for strike number 2 as he tips that foul into the backstop. So runners on the corners, 1 out. LB looking to expand their 4-0 lead they have here on Clark College Penguins. Hansen still staying alive with another foul. Lands just in front of us here. Hansen again tipping one up. Foul.
Nice hustle, catcher. Nice hustle.
Losing it for a second there is number 13, Caleb Miller, who's catching today for the Penguins. Tosses the mask off, makes a diving attempt at it, cannot, as that ball lands foul. Third foul ball in a row here for Logan Hansen, who's staying alive in this full count at bat. With runners on the corners, 1 out, and a 4-0 lead. Roadrunners here looking to expand that lead. See what's up next here with the 3-2. The fourth 3-2 pitch. Again, tipped foul back into the backstop. It's the fifth foul ball in a row for Logan Hansen, who is doing a great job staying alive in this 10-pitch at-bat. Marcus Lydon checked back at first base, back in plenty of time though. Pitcher just making sure that he knows he's thinking about him. Colton Talton still sitting over on third base, so runners on the corners, 1 out, 3-2. Runner goes. Ball is chopped, thrown home. Talton tagged out at home from the fielder's choice. After all that, Logan Hansen makes his way over to first. Marcus Lydon finds himself on second, and Talton, who was on third, finds himself out, trying to take home there. Overstreet hits that one to deep center. Not deep enough, though, as the play is made for out number 3. So no run score, 2 get stranded. Score remains 4-0, your Roadrunners, as we head into the top of the 4th. We'll be right back here with some more Roadrunner baseball in just a minute. Fourth, number 5, Lucas Gregory for the Penguins. Looking to get things going, get some runs on the board here as they find themselves in a 4-0 hole. Chopper makes it past Melton over to the second baseman, who flips it up and over Colton Talton's head for the error, and the runner finds himself over on first base, safe and sound. Next up, number 2, Brad Grant.
Now hitting is number 2, second baseman, Brad Grant.
Grant with a runner over on first. Looking to get things going here. The big swing and a miss. Oh, 1 on the way for Melton. The 1-1 pitch, just hitting that inside corner. Melton jumping ahead in this count, 1-2. Runner on first, no outs. 4-0 lead here in the top of the fourth. Melton missing low and inside with that one, ball 2. Bumbled over on third base by Daquan Dennis Lee. Another juggling act, but getting the out. Upset with himself because he missed the double play opportunity, but take one out, runner over on second now. Number 13, Caleb Miller, up to bat, excuse me. Bunt in play. Runner advances to third. Melton takes his time, throws out the runner down at first. So with the runner advancing to third, number 20, Campbell Dace steps up to bat. 2 outs. Trying to get some points on the board here for the Penguins in the fourth. Sorry about the camera issues, guys. We'll bring the game back as soon as we can. Melton falling behind here, 2-0. 2 outs and that runner over on third. Finds the strike zone with that pitch on Campbell Dace. Campbell is a 6'5" sophomore from Parkrose High School in Portland, Oregon. Looking to get the first points on the board for his Penguins here in this at-bat. Taking ball 3, though, might just find himself walking over to first on a free base. On deck, Carson Doyle, who Melton 3-pitched and got looking to strike out last at bat. Great looking pitch there from Melton. Gets Dace swinging and missing. Dace throwing the bat out there and getting a piece of that one. Staying alive in this at-bat. Count remains full, 3-2, 2 outs. That runner still sitting over on third base, waiting to come home for the Penguins. Dace again with the foul ball, staying alive. Just like Logan Hansen staying alive with 4, 5, 6 foul balls. Dace finds himself with his 4th foul ball in a row, staying alive in this 3-2 at bat. 2 outs, runner on third. Dace gets a piece of that one, drops it into the gap. Looks like a little bit of lack of communication out there between the right field and the second baseman. And unable to get there in time is Marcus Lydon. Ball drops in the shallow right field. Runner scores. And RBI credited to Dace on that single to right field. Dace goes. Mbahe holds. Easy stolen base there for Dace. Finds himself in scoring position. Carson Doyle at bat. Doyle lands that one just foul. Melton comes back, gets ahead in this count, 1-2. 2 outs, 1 run came in to score though. Roadrunners still holding on to a 3-run lead here, 4-1 in the top of the 4th. Carson Doyle checking his swing on that pitch. Awesome pitch, breaking outside. Right to left from Melton. Carson Doyle hitting it just past the outstretched arm of number 2, Richard Mascarenas, over at shortstop. Flying over into left field as the ball, and Campbell Dace finds himself rounding third and scoring. Home. 2 runs scored so far, 2 outs in the inning. Carson Doyle with the RBI single on first base. And Penguins with life, cutting the lead in half. Now 4-2. Jack Fletcher back up to bat, number 6 for the Penguins. Throw down to second base, not in time. Carson Doyle stealing second. Good throw from Mbahe, just a little bit late. Two out from Melton, just clipping the inside corner. Strike 1. Melton steps off. Takes time. Runner on second, 2 outs, 2 runs scored so far. Penguins looking to do some more damage here with this hit into right center field. Logan Hansen able to run that one down for the 3rd and final out of the inning. We'll be heading into the bottom of the 4th, and not before the Penguins, who score 2 runs on 3 hits. 1 runner left on base. See what the Roadrunners can do to respond here in the bottom of the 4th. Up 4-2. New pitcher for the Penguins, number 47, Tyler Vickers. Or Vickers. Excuse me. Vickers is a 6'2 freshman out of Hickory Ridge High School. Hometown Harrisburg, North Carolina. Finds his way all the way over here to the West Coast. And Maxwell Long, number 4, taking that 1-0 pitch, sending it foul, even up the count at 1-1 here to lead off the bottom of the 4th for the Roadrunners. Again, Roadrunners enter this with the 4-2 lead, hoping to grow that lead a little bit here as Maxwell takes his second strike. That 1-2 popped up foul. Maxwell staying alive in this at bat. Maxwell with the grounder. Looks to me like he got there in plenty of time, but called out at first base. So 1 up, 1 down for the Penguins to start off the bottom of the 4th, and that brings the top of the order here, top of the lineup for the Roadrunners. Daquan Dennis Lee back up to bat. Daquan takes the first pitch. He likes it. He swings. Called foul by the first base ump. Ump at the plate did not seem to like that call. Kind of on 2 different pages here so far to the start of the 4th, but that's how it goes sometimes. Daquan watches that one. Low and outside get called for strike 2. And the 0-2 swung on and hit into shallow left field. So shallow that the shortstop, number 3, Brooke Dyer, actually able to drop back, make the little bit of jump and catch there for out number 2, bringing Richard Mascarenas up to bat. Mascarenas watches that first pitch go by for strike number 1. Mascarenas watching the 0-1 slide by for strike 2. And swings, chops that one straight to the second baseman, who tosses that over to Connor Wohan for the 3rd and final out of the inning. Taking us into the 5th, the Roadrunners, no hits, no runs, no runners left on base in that inning. And we end with a score of 4-2 heading into the top of the 5th. Again, we'll most likely only be heading towards 7 here as we're losing daylight relatively quickly on this beautiful Wednesday evening now. We'll be back with you guys here in a minute to start that 5th inning off for you. Brooks Dyer stepping up to bat to start off the 5th inning here for the Penguins. And after giving up 2 runs in the 4th inning earlier, Melton remains on the mound for the Roadrunners. Delivering that first pitch looked good, but called ball. Melton jump ahead in this guy at bat. Count as 1-2. Melton sending that 1-2, leaving it high in the zone. Hit out into left center field for the base hit here to start off the inning. Brooks Dyer finds himself over on first, leaving Taylor Burcham up to bat here. Down 2 in the top of the 5th. A good start here to the inning for the Penguins. Takes the first pitch, pops it back over the backstop for strike number 1. Melton checking the runner over at first in Dyer, who had the single earlier. Leave Burcham in a predicament, down 0-2 here in this at-bat, but no outs, runner over on first, trailing only by 2. Melton checks Dyer again back at first base, stumbling back in time is Dyer. And Melton gets him looking. Burcham retired, going down looking for strike 3. First out of the inning there for the Roadrunners brings Connor Wohan up to bat, with Dyer still over on first, being checked again by Melton. Melton with a pretty good game so far, gave up 2 runs last inning, gave up a quick first hit here, came back with a strikeout. Melton missing with the first pitch, ball 1. Melton again checking Dyer over on first base. Melton sends the 0-1 past number 15, Connor Wohan, for the strike. Connor a little bit ahead of that pitch there. Now with an even count, 1-1, 1 out, runner on first base. Roadrunners up 4-2 here in the top of the fifth. Melton again checking the runner over at first, who is back in time. Not that big of a leadoff over there at first. Melton just trying to keep him there. Had 4 or 5 stolen bases last game from first to second, so I'm sure coaches talked about that. As Melton gets Wellhan, excuse me, swinging again for strike number 2. Just like last 2 at-bats to start off the inning, Melton finds himself with 1-2 lead in the count. Checking again Dyer, who on the 1-2 hit one over into left center for the single. Dyer safe back at first. After a really strong at bat, staying alive on a couple of foul balls there. Wellhan gets a really good hit on that one to deep center field. Logan Hansen able to chase it down, though not deep enough. Stays in play for out number 2. Positioning keeps the runner Dyer at first as well, too. Coach Andy Peterson coming out to the mound to talk with Jacob Melton. Can't see if anybody's out warming up in the bullpen or not, but we'll be back with you guys here in a minute as soon as this little conversation on the mound is over. Let you know what's going on here in just a second. Roadrunners lead 4-2. End of the day for Jacob Melton, as number 23, Derek Lee, left-handed pitcher, freshman from Gladstone, Oregon, will make his way to the mound to take over pitching duties, and we'll be back then with 2 outs, runner on first, see what Lee can do for the Roadrunners here, up 4-2 in the top of the 5th. We'll be back in just a minute. for the Penguins, number 5, Lucas Gregory. Doesn't need a hitter last game. Finds himself taking the first pitch strike here. Again, Derek Lee, number 23, coming in relief of Melton. Started this 5th inning here with 2 outs. Trying to get out of here and maintain this 2-run lead. Oh, 1 on the way from Derek is swung on, popped into shallow center field. It will drop. Runner advances to second. He's checked there though. So now Dyer on second on the single from Lucas Gregory. That's, I think, Lucas's second double here so far in the game. That'll leave 2 outs, 2 runners on base on first and second, and Brad Grant up to bat for the Penguins. Looking to take a little bit of a bite out of this 4-2 lead. Derek Lee with the first pitch is hit into center field. Making the play is Logan Hansen for the 3rd out of the inning. And just like that, no damage done. Roadrunners maintain the 4-2 lead heading into the bottom of the 5th. Just a reminder, we will most likely only be playing 7 here. And we will see what it's like with the time constraint as the sun is making its way down. Heading into the bottom of the 5th, again, Roadrunners 4, Penguins 2. Tyler Vickers still on the mound for the Penguins, and up to bat is your pitcher for the first 4.5 innings. 4 2/3 innings, I should say. Jacob Melton there leading off the bottom of the 5th for the Roadrunners. Melton takes the first pitch. He likes it. He swings just too high there. Foul tips it in the glove. Strike 1. Melton watches that 0-1 end up just low and inside for ball 1, even up the count at 1-1. Also likes that 1-1 pitch there. A little bit low on that as well. Foul tips that back into the backstop. Falling behind quickly in the count is Melton 1-2 with Colton Talton on deck. And Melton goes down swinging, a big swing and a miss there for strike 3.
Now batting is first baseman, number 5.
As I mentioned before, Colton Talton up to bat. 1 quick out so far in the inning, and Talton goes ahead and takes that first pitch. Big swing and a miss there. Coach must have them swing on that first pitch. Last 5 batters have done it. Talton with a chopper into the gap in center field with another base hit. It's 2 base hits, same spots, back-to-back at-bats for Talton. And that brings number 6, Parker Kuntz, up to bat for the Roadrunners. Parker had that very long 12-pitch at-bat earlier. Looking to make some magic happen here with 1 out and Colton Talton over on first base. Again, the Roadrunners have a 4-2 lead here in the bottom of the 5th. Parker shows bunt. He pops it straight up. First strike 1. And Parker Kuntz takes that one to the ankle. The 0-1 pitch hits him. Colton Talon marches his way down to second base. Parker makes his way over to first, and Marcus Lydon steps up to bat with 1 out and a 2-run lead here in the bottom of the 5th. Takes that first pitch and big swing and a miss. First strike 1. Fake throw back to second. Colton Talton stresses and makes his way back even though nobody was covering the base. 0-1 on the way to Marcus Lydon. That one missing high. Ball 1. Counts even 1-1, 1 out. Roadrunners 2-point lead, 2-run lead. Runners on first and second. Lydon with some good hitting here. Third foul ball in a row for Lydon, who goes down swinging on that one too. Second batter retired for the Penguins. And number 47, Tyler Vickers. So with Parker Kuntz on first, Colton Talton on second. Number 19, Logan Hansen steps up to bat. 2 outs, 2-run lead in the bottom of the 5th. And chops it way inside on the bat. Hits it back to the pitcher who underhands it to retire the inning. No runs scored, 2 runners left on. 1 hit. We'll head to the top of the 6th with the score still Penguins 2, Roadrunners 4. We'll be back in just a minute. Caleb Miller up to bat for the Penguins here to lead off the top of the sixth. A couple more innings in it, as long as the score does not remain tied. Takes the 2-1 pitch and chops it back. Foul. Makes his way back into the parking lot past my car into the Burgundy Saturn. Even at the count at 2-2. No outs though. 2-2 is chopped over. Running over to make the play in time is Lee.
Stepping up to bat is right fielder number 20, Campbell Dace.
Again, Derek Lee on the mound for the Roadrunners. Came in last inning, pitched well. Gave up a couple hits, but no runs, keeping the score at 4-2. Facing off now against Campbell Dace. Singled an RBI last at bat and came home to score. Derek Lee falling behind 2-0 in this count. Misses again inside, but called strike. Must have just tagged that inside corner. One is smashed by Campbell Dice, but straight up towards left field. Coming up to make the play is number 22, Jacob Overstreet. 2 up, 2 down this inning here in the top of the sixth for the Penguins. And that brings Carson Doyle up, who singled last at bat as well too. Stole second and then was stranded. Takes the first pitch strike on that outside corner there. Great looking pitch from Derek Lee. Count is 0-1, 2 outs. Roadrunners with 4-2 lead here with 2 innings of play left. That's from Carson Doyle, bringing the count to 0-2. Yeah.
I work like after practice.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah, it's not too bad. Doyle staying alive in this at bat. And doing more than staying alive. Sending the 2-2 pitch over the fence with 2 outs here. Derek Lee giving up the first home run of the games today.
He face planted at first.
Looks like Doyle stumbled and fell over at first, but it didn't matter as that ball sailed over the fence. Taking a chunk with a single swing. Score becomes 4-3. Your Roadrunners still in the lead, but the Penguins fighting hard to come back.
Between the cones.
Jack Fletcher coming right back from the Doyle home run into almost an identical spot. This one falling just short of the fence, though, for a double. Back-to-back hits, home run, and a double that almost found its way over the fence here. I believe Derek Lee needs to take a breath here with 2 outs. Game is in hand. But not if he keeps giving up these hits. Lee can run around second, make that 1-1 now the count. 2 outs here. Lee gave up that big home run with 2 outs, well ahead of the count, 1-2 against Doyle, who battled back, took the 2-2, swung it over the fence, and following that up was number 6, Jack Fletcher, with a deep, deep double near the same spot as Doyle. Derek Lee missing again with that one. Count becomes 3-1. Or 2-1, excuse me. Derek Lee missing a couple of balls in a row there. Count is now 3-1. Catching that inside corner on the 3-1 pitch. 3-2 the count. Fletcher still on second base here for the Penguins, who after 5 found themselves down 4-2, but coming back, cutting into that lead. Now 4-3 LB. 2 runners on though, 2 outs, just like last game. The Penguins making some moves and some damage here with 2 outs. See if Derek Lee can calm down, get out of this predicament here, and get our boys on bats. Number 12 up to bat for the Penguins. Taylor Burkham takes the first pitch strike. Runners on first and second here for Clark College. 1 run scored this inning, 2 outs, and a big swing, cut foul though into the forest over there. Is number 12 for the Penguins. Derek Lee checking the runners, getting ready to deliver the 1-2, trying to get out of this inning here with minimal damage, just that 1 run scored on the Doyle home run. And instead of second baseman drifting back a little bit, 1 run comes in to score to tie up the game at 4-4 as that ball drops in front of center fieldman Logan Hansen. Find ourselves all tied up after the 2-run 6th for the Penguins. Score is now 4-4. We'll be back with you guys here soon for the bottom of the sixth. See if LB can get back on bats, get some things going here. First up to bat for the Roadrunners, number 24, Marcus Lydon. Actually, it is JT Overstreet. Did not think that looked like Marcus. But got some conflicting information from the PA announcer inside. JT with the 0-1, a big swing and a miss here, falling behind 0-2 quickly. Trying to make something happen in this what is now a tied ball game. 4-4 after the 2-run sixth for the Penguins. JT goes down on swings. Number 47, Tyler Vickers, with the quick 3-pitch out. Up next, number 4, Maxwell Long, out in right field, trying to get something going here for the Roadrunners, who, while they've led for most of the game, have not scored outside of the first 2 innings. That 1-run first and that 3-run second. Find themselves all tied up 4-4 here in the bottom of the sixth. Maxwell gets a hit, but a beautiful sliding play going on ESPN Top 10 tonight is the second baseman. Makes the slide, makes the grab, the glove play, and the throw back to first for the out. 2 quick outs here to start out the bottom of the second, or the bottom of the sixth, excuse me. Sends us back to the top of the order for the Roadrunners, and Daquan Dennis Lee, who takes the first pitch and takes a big swing and misses. Count is now 0-1. 2 outs, no runners on for the Roadrunners. Daquan watches that one sail low, even up the count at 1-1. Watches the 1-1 also low. Slide in there for ball 2. Richard Mascarenas on deck, waiting the outcome of Dennis Lee's at bat, who looks at ball 3. Count now 3-1, 2 outs. And Dennis Lee gets walked on the inside pitch. The 2 inside, ball 4. Dennis Lee finds his way over to first. And Richard Mascarenas steps up to bat, number 2. Mascarenas playing very well in these 2 games we've had so far. Looking to continue that success here, as Daquan gets caught in a pickle and retired. Caught in the pickle and caught for the out. Didn't believe he was tagged. Believed he should be going. Pitcher with an excellent play to hold back, though. Toss it over to first. And inning that way. So the Penguins come away with 3 quick outs, even after the hit from Daquan Dennis Lee, or the walk from Daquan Dennis Lee. And after trailing for the entire game, have come back to tie it in the last inning and head into the top of the 7th with a chance to take the lead and potentially win the game here in the last inning of play. We'll be back with you guys here in a second to see the conclusion of this game. Wohan up to bat for the Penguins here to lead off the top of the 7th. This will be our last inning played as long as we do not remain in a tie here. So Penguins looking to score a run or two, obviously more if they can, take a lead into the bottom of the 7th. If not, the Roadrunners will have an opportunity to win the game here, as they did last game in the bottom of the 9th. Lee with a couple of pitches getting away from him here. 2 balls. And up to bat, number 15, again, Connor Wohan. Looking to get things going here on the bats for the Penguins. He comes back from those 2 balls and issues a third pitch strike. Count now 2-1, no outs here in the start of the 7th. Big swing and a miss from Connor. Count evens itself out at 2-2. Two popped up. Playable for Kuntz, who looks like he took over catching for Membahe midway through this game. Didn't even see that. Is that Parker? Yeah.
Yes, you did. I promise you, swear to God. No, I put it in my life. I'll go grab the starting line.
Two up, 2 down for the Roadrunners here. All tied up 4-4 in the top of the 7th. Number 2, the last shot to win this game in regular innings for the Penguins. Number 2 is Brad Grant, looking to keep things alive as he takes ball 1. Grant keeps the inning alive for the Penguins with a double. Appeared to be going foul, but landed in just in the left field. So Grant now on second base in scoring position, can take the lead here if Caleb Miller, number 13, can send him home. 2 outs, Derek Lee on the mound for the Roadrunners, all tied up 4-4. And the 0-0 is swung on, hit into deep left field, back to the wall, and making the play is, I believe, JT Overstreet. That'll end the inning there and give the Roadrunners an opportunity to come back and take the lead and win this game in regulars. As it stands now, we have one more half inning to play. We'll be heading to the bottom of the 7th, the score tied up 4-4. Roadrunners trying to get the bats going here to take the win. Since Daquan Dennis Lee got stuck in that jam last inning, that'll bring Richard Mascarenas back out to bat here to lead off the bottom of the 7th for the Roadrunners. Score all tied 4-4, just like last game when it was tied 10-10 in the bottom of the 9th. Roadrunners were able to score one on a walk with the bases loaded here. Mascarenas looking to get the bats going here to not rely on the walks or anything else. Keep it in our hands, try to get this W and get out of here today in regular innings. Takes that first pitch ball. Good hit on that. Chops a line drive. Landing just short of left fielder for the single to start off the bottom of the 7th. And up to bat. Big bat for LB here. I believe batting over 450 here. Jacob Meltner 420. Doing really well this season. Up to bat, doing well too. Seeing him for his first action today pitching. Myself personally seeing it. Melton watches that first one go in the dirt for ball 1. Mascarenas remaining on first base. Tying run on the, or winning run on though, in this 4-4 ball game. Mascarenas gets checked back in first, gets back in time. Melton sees the 1-1, and he baseball swings, or golf swings it, and chops it, landing foul on the left field line. Even up the count at 1-1. Tyler Vickers there to get Melton chasing. Mascarenas checked again at first, back in plenty of time standing. Count remains 1-1, no outs. Richard Mascarenas with the single. Put him back on first base. Checked again over at first base because Melton gets a piece of that. They send him home. Mascarenas sliding in for the winning run. Walk-off double for Melton. Great couple of games here against Clark College. Penguins. LB takes both games though, 11-10 in the first game, 5-4 in the second game. And we'll be back with you guys here soon. Thanks so much for stopping by and tuning in. Follow us on our social media. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And follow our athletic director, Mark Majeski, on Twitter as well too for updates. Look forward to seeing you guys or on stream.